हेलो एवरीबॉडी। अगर आप फाइनेंशियल फ्रीडम चाहते हैं, अगर आप वेल्थ क्रिएट करना चाहते हैं, तो आप सही जगह पे आए हो। यू हैव कम टू द राइट प्लेस। वेलकम टू फाइनेंशियल फ्रीडम विद प्लैनेट वेल्थ यूट्यूब चैनल। 2022 शुरू हो चुका है और 2022 की आईपीओ सीरीज भी शुरू हो चुकी है। तो आज की इस वीडियो में मैं आपके लिए अदानी विल्पर लिमिटेड आईपीओ जो 27 मतलब आज शुरू हुआ है, वो आईपीओ की एनालिसिस लेके मैं आपके सामने उपस्थित हुआ हूँ। My name is Brijesh Parikh. I'm a father of two lovely children, husband to a loving woman. I'm an entrepreneur now turning to a well coach. And I'm on a mission to help 1 lakh families like yours to live a financially very free life and achieve financial freedom during your life. तो मेरे इसी मिशन को आगे बढ़ाने के लिए चलिए देखते हैं आज अडानी विल्मर एलटीडी लाइफ से जो आईपीओ वो आपके लिए क्या लेके आ रहा है। सो लेट्स लुक एट व्हाट इज इन ऑफर। सो जो अदानी विल्मर लिमिटेड का आईपीओ है, इट इज वन ऑफ द फ्यू लार्ज फूड फास्ट मूविंग कंज्यूमेबल गुड्स फूड कंपनीज इन इंडिया to offer most of the essential kitchen commodities for Indian consumers, including edible oil, wheat flour, rice, pulses, and sugar. The company is coming out with its IPO of equity shares of the face value of rupees 1 per equity share. The maiden offer comprises an entirely fresh issue of shares worth rupees 3,600 crore according to its red herring prospectus. The price band of the issue has been fixed at rupees 218 at the lower end of the price band and rupees 230 at the higher band of the price band. Higher end of the price band. The IPO opening date is 27 January, and while it will be closing on the January 31st, 2022. The issue will be listed on the exchanges on the February 8, 2022. The IPO market lot size is 65 shares. A retail individual can apply up to a maximum of 13 lots, which is 845 shares worth rupees 1,94,350. Now let's look at what are the objects of the IPOs. Object of the IPOs are funding capital expenditure for expansion of existing manufacturing facilities and developing new manufacturing expenditure, which is that capital expenditure. Another objective is to repayment or prepayment of borrowings. Third objective is funding strategic acquisitions and investments, and the fourth objective is general corporate purposes. तो प्राइमरीली एक्सपेंशन और बोरोइंग कम करने के लिए ये आईपीओ लाया गया है, एंड द बेस्ट पार्ट इज इट इज फ्रेश इक्विटी. So it is the amount which will be accumulated through this IPO will be used for the growing company's manufacturing and capacity. So it is a good sign. Now let's look at the company. Company क्या है उसके बारे में हम बात करते हैं. So it was started as a joint venture between 1999 in 1999 between Adani Group and Wilmer Group of Singapore. Adani Wilmer is one of the leading fast-moving consumer goods companies in India, offering primary kitchen commodities. The company's portfolio can be divided into three categories: edible oil, which constitutes 65% of the total sales; packaged food makes up to 11% of total sales; and industry essentials, which constitutes 25% of the total sales as of financial year 2021. Soybean oil 38%, wheat flour 40%, castor oil 31% have the biggest share in each of their categories respectively. The company has 22 manufacturing plants spread across 10 states, which include a total of 10 crushing units and 19 refineries, out of which 10 refineries are port-based so that the imported crude can be refined. They also have 36 leased tolling units beside 22 manufacturing units that help them additional capacities. Fortune, which is their flagship brand, Fortune brand of oil, which is their flagship brand, is the largest selling edible oil in India. Adani Wilmer ranks first in soybean oil and mustard oil and is the largest manufacturer of stearic acid and glycerin as of financial year 21. As of financial year 20, it was the largest exporter of castor oil. They have also been consistently increasing their share in the food and FMCG space in the last 5 years. Adani Wilmer is expected to benefit hugely from the growth of blended edible oil and the production of castor oil, which are both expected to rise by 7% CAGR till 2025. The company's leadership in the edible oil segment and castor oil exports can help them retain this position. Although they have shown promising growth in the packaged food recently, which is expected to grow at 11% CAGR till 2025, the highly competitive nature of the segment can be hindrance to the company, especially in the wheat flour and soap market. Now, what are the strengths of the company? Strong brand recall in edible oil segment. Adani Wilmer is the market leader in the edible oil segment, ranking first in soybean and mustard oil, second in palm oil, and third in sunflower oil. Its flagship brand Fortune is a market leader in soybean oil and sunflower oil, and another brand of the company, Kings, is also a market leader in the soybean oil segment. Second strength is strong manufacturing capabilities. Many of the company's plants are end-to-end integrated, that is, both backward and forward integration. The crushing units are fully integrated with the refineries. This helps them manufacture oleochemicals efficiently using de-oiled cakes from crushing and palm stearin from refining. Third, strong management. The company is a joint venture between Adani Group and Wilmar Group, who bring significant expertise to the business. Adani Group's understanding of domestic environment and chain capabilities combined with Wilmer Group's sourcing capabilities help them in importing crude palm oil since the group is the largest supplier in the world. The management is highly experienced and will have a high shareholding post IPO. Now, what are the weaknesses? Dependence on imported raw material. Adani Wilmer imports around 60% of its raw materials as of FY21. Any restriction on import may affect business drastically since they have to plan the procurement before the production. Government's ban on importing of refined palm oil during 2020 is an example. Even though the company wasn't affected since they import crude palm oil, it is extremely important to notice that a similar ban in other products can affect them. The second weakness is dependence on revenue from oil segment. Sorry, the company derives around 73% revenue from edible oil and castor oil. Any restriction on raw material import or fluctuation in commodity prices may affect its revenue. The company has been hedging more than 50% of its sales through futures contracts. So they are managing this risk as they are hedging their future contracts. Highly competitive. Although Adani Wilmer has a large market share in the edible oil segments, the packaged food and other financial FMCG segments are highly competitive and filled with well-established players such as Hindustan Unilever, Dabur, Britannia, and many more. Even the edible oil sector segment, they are in a close competition with Marico. Inability to maintain competitive price, smooth production, and supply chain may cause the company to lose market share. Now let's look at the financials. The total income during the 2019 was 2,89,196.81 lakhs of rupees. 2021 it increased by almost 2.9% and reached to the 2,97,669.86 lakh of rupees. And in 21 it increased by 25%, 3,71,956.58 lakhs of rupees. So the profit after tax also increased. In the 2009, it was 3,755.21 lakh of rupees. In 2020, it was 4,608.72. And in the 2021, it increased to 7,276.49. So you can see that in comparison to 2019, profit grown by 22.73%, and as compared to 2022, 20 as comparison to 20, in the 21 it increased to 57.89 rupees. So this is how the company's financial are stacking. The debt to equity ratio is also 0.50. It got reduced from 0.5% to in 2019 to 0.39 in the 2021. So even that has been increased by the company. The demand for packaged foods in India is experiencing a rapid growth. Certain food categories such as wheat, flour, and rice, which used to be predominantly sold in loose forms, are being increasingly sold in packages. However, the penetration rate of packaged foods in India remains low, which provides significant potential for the growth of packaged edible oil and food products. The key driver in the growth of its revenue from operations has been the volume of product it produces and sells. Even though the net profit margins are low, it has a robust business model. It endeavors to increase food products into its portfolio, which have good potential to generate high profit margin in the future and further diversified its product mix. As of March 31, 2021, the market share of branded edible oil was 18.30%, putting it into the dominant number one edible oil brand in India. Source Nielsen Retail Index March 2021. Fortune is flagship brand is the largest selling edible oil brand in India according to Technopark report. The company is focused on continuous improvement of its market share, which will enable it to have better realization and premium pricing. The location of its manufacturing facilities near manufacturing hubs helps reduce cost and achieve operational efficiency. To put it in a nutshell, the company has a strong brand recall and has robust operations in place. It is an entirely fresh issue, and hence I recommend to invest in the IPO from the long term perspective. Short term, it would depend on the demand supply scenario while the IPO is being subscribed. At the same time, market mood at the time of listing. Right. So I recommend it from the long term perspective. You will earn money if you remain invested on the long term. Short term is something which is debatable. डिमांड कितनी है उसके ऊपर डिपेंड करेगा और उस टाइप की मार्केट मूड क्या है क्योंकि अभी मार्केट करेक्ट हो रहा है तो वो दोनों चीजें शॉर्ट टर्म लिस्टिंग गेन के ऊपर इम्पैक्ट करेगी अगर आप आई होप ये जो वीडियो आज मैंने अदानी विल्पर आईपीओ के बारे में आपको एनालिसिस प्रेजेंट किए वो आपको अदानी विल्पर में आपको इन्वेस्ट करना चाहिए कि नहीं इन्वेस्ट करना चाहिए उसके डिसीजन में हेल्प करेगा इफ यू विश टू फोकस ऑन कीपिंग एंड ग्रोइंग योर मनी आप मेरे यूट्यूब चैनल को लाइक कर सकते हो और सब्सक्राइब कर सकते हैं और बेल आइकन को रिसीव कर दीजिए सो दैट यू रिसीव एनी न्यू अपडेट नोटिफिकेशन आप मेरे ब्लॉग भी पढ़ सकते हैं planetwealth.in पे आप मेरी पॉडकास्ट भी सुन सकते हैं सारे लीडिंग पॉडकास्ट प्लेटफॉर्म जैसे कि स्पॉटिफाई है गूगल बोर्ड पॉडकास्ट है एप्पल है वहाँ पे और मेरा पॉडकास्ट फाइनेंशियल फ्रीडम विद प्लेनेट वेल्थ करके आप सर्च करोगे यू विल गेट इट अच्छे बहुत सारे अच्छे बाइट साइज पर्सनल फाइनेंस लिटरेसी वीडियो आपको moneycraft.com पे मिल जाएंगे आप मेरे फेसबुक पेज को भी लाइक कर सकते हैं और मेरे फेसबुक ग्रुप फाइनेंशियल वेलबींग से भी जुड़ सकते हैं best way to keep connected with me to receive this kind of valuable content is to store my WhatsApp number which is 9328190022 as Planet Wealth and then send me a message WhatsApp message add me करके अपना नाम लिख के मुझे एक WhatsApp message ऐड कर भेज दीजिए so that I would add your number into my WhatsApp broadcast groups. So thank you for joining on this video. Thank you for watching this video. और मिलते हैं अगले वीडियो में एक नई कुछ फाइनेंशियल पर्सनल फाइनेंस टिप्स के साथ. थैंक यू फॉर वॉचिंग. मे गॉड